Welcome back then. As we speak, the Nifty is still holding with some good gain. So that's good going. We're holding with a 25-point gain approximately. But let's get chatting with the management. We're joined by Mr. Shekhar Bajaj, the CMD of Bajaj Electricals, who joins us. Hi, Mr. Bajaj. Thanks so much for joining in. Just going through a brokerage note where they said that, in fact, you're looking to change your business model from around channel push to around a consumer pull now. How is that shaping up? What results are you seeing and how is it being implemented on the whole? When can we see some results coming out of this entire change of inventory management as well as this strategy?
See, many of the things in the urban areas have already been implemented and the benefits are coming. However, the new system of working to see that we concentrate on secondary sale and distribution is being implemented from 1st of April, that means from tomorrow onwards. So that will take at least 6 months to 9 months to really get the full benefit out of it. But you will see benefit coming every quarter. You will see the performance improving as far as consumer durable is concerned. The consumer product groups are being merged together so that in terms of cost, in terms of better penetration, we can go into the rural market, because as far as we are concerned, clearly the future lies in the rural market, which is 70% of the market is in the rural markets, and therefore to that extent it will be very useful for our products, which are basically used by all masses, will be very important. So therefore distribution is going to be our thrust for the coming years.
Okay, so from 1st of April, the company's focus will be on secondary sales and improving your distribution network, especially in the rural markets. Good afternoon, Mr. Bajaj, and thank you for taking the time out and joining us on CNBC TV 18 today. Could you give us some numbers by how many distribution channels or networks are you planning to engage in FY17? Say compared to what it was as of today, how much would it go up by? And what would be the kind of investment you will have to make for this?
No, actually in terms of physical investment, there is no additional investment. In terms of capital investment, the investment will be only in terms of people, because when you go into rural distribution, you need much more people to go into the interior to distribute our products. So therefore, to that extent, there will be additional people. That's the only investment that will be required. And most importantly, with the pay commission and plus the rural thrust that the government has given in the budget, and therefore we clearly see that in the future those who've got strong distribution network are the ones who are going to be, and especially in the rural markets, they are the ones who are going to be able to be winners according to us. Because coming to urban market, a lot of new players are continuously coming, but they do not have the bandwidth to go into the distribution and go into the interiors, and therefore that's where we will have an advantage over somebody who is a newcomer who wants to enter into the Indian market, because India is being considered to be a very important and a futuristic good market.
Yes,
so every
Mr.
second day you hear some new player wanting to come to India.
So will it entail higher advertising costs, and if yes, how much and what?
The advertising cost will definitely have to go up, because once you do distribution and you make your product available in many more counters, it's important to create a consumer pull. So that you can put it up there, but if it doesn't move out, he'll say that sorry, there's no secondary movement, and therefore we will be spending more on what we call it below the line advertising rather than putting too much on television and others. So ATL will go down, the BTL will go up. Next year we are looking at around, including digital, about 90 crores is the advertising budget.
Okay, all right, Mr. Bajaj, I had this quick question. You were talking about a consumer durables business. Now, in your fans business, I was just looking at the revenues. In the last 5 years, they moved from only around 530 crores to around 650 approximately. What's happening on that front? Can we see a growth coming in from the fans business? And also, I wanted to ask you, what exactly is your current market share? Because I think Crompton has close to around 23-24% of the market share, and they have sales of around 1,200 crores. So could you give us those details? What's happening on the fans division, and are we going to see some revenue growth?
Okay, As far as fan division is concerned, with this secondary sale focus, next year we can clearly look at a double-digit growth coming out of the fan business. Our market share is around 14%, 13 to 14% is our market share. Crompton is clearly the market leader, and therefore we see that instead of focusing on just market share and top line growth, our whole emphasis on secondary sale and margin improvement and profitability. So you will see in 16-17 the profits will be substantially higher because of this.
Okay, just one question about your agreement and tie-up with Murphy Richards. We understand that it comes up for renegotiation in the medium term. There is talk that there is a possibility that in the renegotiation they might like to make it revenue-linked rather than the fixed royalty that the company right now pays. Will you be keen to extend the tie-up with Murphy Richards even if the royalty terms being renegotiated are linked to revenues rather than fixed?
I think it's always been revenue based. We are giving a certain percentage on revenue because then it becomes a variable cost for us.
Yeah, but isn't it fixed right now?
Us with a minimum, with a minimum assured guarantee.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. But in case if it's not extended, the tie-up, what will be the loss to Bajaj Electrical?
See, this is something which is a question which there's nothing to answer because they have already agreed to extend it. So we're only finalizing the exact terms, but otherwise there's no discussion. So what is the loss is only a theoretical question.
Okay. No, we weren't aware that the agreement had already been finalized between the two.
All right, Mr. Bajaj, thanks so much for taking time off, giving us all those details. All the best in the entire revamp that you're undertaking. And also, let's hope that FY17, as you said, is going to be far more profitable than we have seen in the last couple of years. Slip into a short break, come back. We'll be joined by Ashwini Gujral.